Okay, I do think I am live. Am I going to be hearing my own voice in my ear anytime soon? No, I don't think so for a change. That's rather nice. Hello, Dicato. Hello, Super Duper. Hello, Ninny Love. Hello, Restless Rain. It's nice to see you. How are you doing, everybody? I love how it just suddenly pours massively with rain as I start the stream, and then just as I hit go live, it suddenly stops working. It suddenly goes completely calm again. But I have no idea if the noise suppression system for my microphone is going to be working. So if there is sudden rain ambience again, I do apologize. Some people like it, some people don't. Hello, Arclight. Hello, Porian. Hello, Gabriel Kronos. Don't think I've ever seen you around here before, although it seems to be my general tradition to completely forget people's names, even though I've seen them in my chat multiple times before. Hello, Valet. Hello, Beer Bear Beard. Evening, Proctor. I see you're feeling the same as me. I don't know what you're talking about. Everything is perfectly fine. There's no issues whatsoever. Okay. Hello, Small Wife as well. It's nice to see everyone here. Wee oo for the Foxu indeed. It's been, well, a whole week of missed streams now. She hates us. Yes, it is indeed. Now I'm mostly a lurker everywhere. TVA VTubers are otherwise first time here as well. Well, it's nice to see you. Nice to see you. Proctor seems to be in withdrawal from his tail fur. Yes, I have not huffed any fluffy tails recently, and it's a very difficult thing. Okay, it's very hard indeed. Let me just organize my tabs a tiny bit because my goodness, we have a ton of nonsense here. So, today we will be covering... What page did I actually get up to? 148. So, 70 to 148, because we had a fair amount of stuff to get through. Most of it today is going to be one-shots overall, with a few, like, small threads. There's no gargantuan long-term things like TwitchCon to sustain things, but there's a bunch of stuff that I think is worth going over. So fairly relaxed kind of stuff at the moment, although there is just one or two rather unpleasant things. I'm curious, would people prefer the funny stuff or the unpleasant stuff first? Because the advantage of having all of this laid out in my nice clean panel is that I can just browse between whatever I want whenever I want. Excuse me when I rearrange my YouTube live control panel. There we go. And also, I forgot to set on regular chat. Talk chat, live chat. Funny, unpleasant, funny, unfunny. I'm pretty sure that if that was a... I really love it when you people manage to be total contrarians at all times. There's no point in making any kind of poll, because it's always going to be 50-50, always. Streamer mode enabled on Discord. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I did not remember to put streamer mode on Discord. Thank you for the reminder. Enable. There we go. I see that just as I go live, Ivanito manages to make a fool out of himself on Twitter as usual with his ridiculous take. I am almost certainly going to be making another stream on Wednesday, because when I do it on Wednesday, I will have a chance to catch up with the more current things, which is like the current kawaii stuff should be done by then. There's also, of course, the Twitch moderation guidelines update, which I think is relevant enough to talk about. Oh, hello, Cecilia. I am perfectly fine. I have no idea why you would possibly think that anything was wrong at the moment, okay? I don't see why you would think that anything is wrong right now, not at all. Proctor stream, we're looking kind of different today. Hello, Near Repo. Crimson Hair, hello. Strummer, how are you alive without Foxu? I'm slowly dying, okay? I'm slowly dying. You might be able to tell that my voice is a little bit different today. That's because I've spent quite a lot of the day arguing with somebody who unfortunately shares an awful lot of my personality traits and an awful lot of my inveterate stubbornness when it comes to clinging to certain opinions. So yeah, it's not been a particularly fun day for me in real life, and I don't have the highest level of energy right at the moment, which proctor yodeling practice, oh my. If I could bring down the snowdrifts on certain people in my life right now, I really would. Kamiyoshi is gone. Ooh, yes, this is a very ooh kind of day here. And why is Cubano Man now posting turning fish on my Discord? I just don't understand. Beard. It still feels odd to see Proctor not as a. Then again, I missed a lot of his streams lately. Mozu, your twin sister in V Reverie. Excuse me, I have not been arguing with Mozu. What are you talking about? I would never argue with Mozu. She is a perfect cinnamon, what is it? Not cinnamon, I was going to say cinnamon bowl. No, it's cinnamon roll. Why on earth did I first say run and then I wanted to say bowl? I literally said the two words that do not go in that... that do not go there. Why on earth am I like this? What is wrong with me? Science has yet to discover. Cinnamon bun, yes. Oh no, I got it wrong the third time as well. Help, I'm dying, help. Cinnamon dodecahedron. I have been trying to level up my skills in CAD programs recently, and I quite like Autodesk, AutoCAD. I'm currently on a course which teaches you AutoCAD. Minor issue that AutoCAD is a rather expensive piece of software, and it is also a very proprietary piece of software. And so, while it is very nice to use, I found it remarkably easy to use. It's remarkably intuitive, it's well designed. But it does cost far, far too much for me to ever consider getting as a hobbyist. And, I definitely did not investigate the options for illicit downloading in any capacity at all, and I definitely did not discover that pretty much all of those makes my antivirus software just start screaming very, very loudly and repeatedly the moment I touch any of the files. That definitely did not happen. I'm a very good person like that. I assume you didn't pay for AutoCAD. No, I did not. You need to wake up, Proctor. The accident wasn't your fault. The accident is very much my fault, and I claim full responsibility. Hello, Suzu, as well. Nice to see you. A pretty unwell. What exactly were you just saying? I don't understand it, but yeah, anyway. AutoCAD. I really like AutoCAD. It's very intuitive, it's pretty easy to figure out, it's got a really nice user interface. And then I go to... God help me, God please, almighty sovereign lord, please forgive me for uttering these heathen words, but I went and I tried... I went and I tried FreeCAD. I went and I tried that thing. FreeCAD makes me want to gouge my eyes out of my skull. I tried for a good 20 minutes to get the damn thing working. I tried, I have never before found a program that will literally spam error messages at you for clicking a single line. I tried. I really did try. I even downloaded, I think it's Ondsel or Odsel or however the hell you pronounce it, but Odsel has like 0 tutorials for it. But it's supposed to make it better. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Like, oh, people are like the FOSS community is like, oh, FreeCAD does everything that a paid product does. Okay, tell me how to align things in FreeCAD, okay? Tell me how to align things. I Google align things in FreeCAD, and it's like, oh, first you have to create an array, and then you have to create a constraint line, and I am like, excuse me, this program is what, well over a decade old? AutoCAD, I can align anything with anything else with one button press. Why exactly do I need to do this nonsense when this is a basic thing that Inkscape has? It's a basic thing that Lightburn has, and Inkscape is another free program. Inkscape is pretty decent. Just ahoy AutoCAD, man? What do you mean ahoy AutoCAD? Can you please explain? Valet GIMP can do anything Photoshop can, but better and for free. Yes, I am now fully in a position to say that that meme about GIMP versus Photoshop, that is 100% true. That is one of the truest green texts that 4chan has ever produced. Because, oh my god, I just don't get it. I just don't get it, guys. How can you do this? How can you take... I've said this in the Discord, and I will say it again here. All FOSS needs to do is to take what it's already got and then slap, just copy an interface from a paid product. Because when you sell a product, you are designing it with the idea that audiences will find value in it to pay for it, especially a product with a free trial. And so they have the market incentive to create a user interface that a customer will enjoy using and will be willing to pay money in order to keep using. Free software, on the other hand, has none of these constraints. This is why I really, really don't like it when people say, oh, open source software is the way of the future. You know, all software should be free and open source because, you know, the hobbyist developers are the ones that will bring everything to the best way possible. But I'm like, no, are you insane? Have you seen the kind of people that design free open source software? They are all completely pathologically demented. You will never get into a conversation with a high-level programmer where you don't walk away feeling a deep sense of personal discombobulation, because those people are five-dimensional tesseracts extruded into three-dimensional space, especially when it comes to trying to interact with normal, regular people. You're not gonna do it. Just give up. What you need for any kind of software to work and to have a broad level of adaptability, or adoption rather, is to get a normal person to use it and then tell you why it's a pain in the ass to use. And then you listen to that person, and then you implement the options that he recommends. If you don't do that, all that is going to happen is that you are going to get a piece of software that maybe 0.1% of the top level tech brains, the five-dimensional tesseracts, are able to use quickly and efficiently. And those people, because they are physically incapable of interfacing with the rest of humanity, will go around and they will dominate the discussion and they will say, oh no, our software is amazing, it's brilliant, look, I can do everything, you don't understand. Taking 25 steps for this very basic process is not actually a bug, it's a feature, because in these 25 steps, I can account for the 0.0000001% of use cases that the regular software could, you know, would miss with its like 2 or 3 button presses that will get you the same result. Can you guys tell that I'm just a little bit traumatized at the moment? There's a good reason I laugh every time someone says it's the next Inventor killer. I mean, Inventor is I'm pretty sure Inventor is a paid program as well. In fact, let me just look that up. CAD Inventor. I'm pretty sure that's an Autodesk product as well. Autodesk Autodesk.com Inventor Overview. Autodesk Inventor 3D modeling software for designers and engineers. Yeah, maybe I'll actually let me have a look actually. Give me just one moment, please. Autodesk Inventor. Oh, I can actually get Autodesk Inventor. Maybe I'll look into it. NeoRepo, funnily enough, Open/LibreOffice Write is better than Word because they did not change to the awful new interface. Yeah, I know. I remember the Word interface from XP. The Microsoft Word interface for XP was the best interface for any kind of writing program that I've ever used in my life. Every other interface that I've ever used on a writing program, I compare unfavorably to Microsoft Office, I think 2007 edition. That was the peak. If somebody would just make me an open source version of MS Office 07, I'd be happy with that for the rest of my life. Like, I have never once, all the time, and remember, I am a writer, and I enjoy details. I've simplified the border, the thumbnail for these videos because people said that it was too complicated. But I enjoy complexity. I want something to be as complex as possible. And yet, in all my time, 20 years or so of writing either professionally for money or semi-professionally, I have never needed any other tool than besides what Microsoft Office 2007 gave me. I remember when I was a child, just messing around in Microsoft Office in XP Edition and making little games for myself with the Excel spreadsheets and so on. That was fun, that was cool. And every single interface after that has either removed features for no bloody reason, or it has added on a whole load of garbage that I've not been interested in and that I've never used. And I'm like, no, just give me... We need universal standards when it comes to user interfaces. This is the one bit of government busybodiness that I would wholeheartedly be in favor of. If the government just decided to appoint a very big man with a very big stick, whose job was just to go around to all the software development houses and furiously beat any software designer that tries to make an unnecessarily complicated or unnecessarily simplified interface. That would be some government intervention that I would 100% be in favor for, okay? NeoRepo, just use a drop-down menu like a normal person instead you go to a minimalist UI that hides shit like New Office. Also, Office is free if you don't mind breaking some rules. XP 3-pack love. I loved XP. XP was my favorite Windows version. I would go back to XP in a heartbeat if it wasn't literally completely and totally privacy and security compromised in every way. Is there a version of Linux? Is there a version of Linux that perfectly mimics the Windows 2007 XP interface? If there is, then that's the version of Linux that I will be looking into when I finally am forced to transition to Linux from Windows 10, when Windows 10 stops being supported in any capacity. Yes? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. My day has literally been brightened. I now feel better for this news. Who's beeping at me already? Give me 1 second, I need to reply to this. Made Linus Rex. XP was my earlier childhood, but 7 dominated my whole teenage years until I was forced to drop it. I mean, 7 was a bit of a downgrade from XP, but 7 was okay. I would much prefer continuing to use 7 over Windows 10, and I would much prefer using XP over everything else. The meta is just Arch Linux without programmer socks, KDE, and Wayland. I have no idea what KDE or Wayland are. I vaguely know what Arch Linux, but Arch Linux reminds me of Archcast, and so I just instinctively gag on the in the back of my throat whenever I think of it. YouTube it? Okay, I probably will at some point. Again, I have no intention of moving off Windows 10. Nah, Proctor is a Vista enjoyer. I hope you and your family die in the pits of hell. Windows 10 will be supported in 2025. Well, I should enjoy it while it lasts. Porian, if you've decided to go Linux, eventually just get Linux Mint. 0 adoption hurdles to get over. Literally just works. TM. See, the trouble is, Porian, that I know that you're a jokester, so I genuinely cannot tell if you're being completely serious with me or not. Like, can any Linux, people confirm whether or not I'm being trolled with Linux Mint? Just wait until Windows goes cloud-based. I might just hang myself. You will be moved. Microsoft will force you, especially if you use Chrome. I mean, does stuff like Brave count? Because I use Brave. I don't use Chrome for anything any longer. Anyway, let me consult my wall of tabs. Well, not my tabs, my Google Links sheet, which is going quite well. Anyway, people were kind of like, I think that people wanted the unpleasant stuff first, which I think is okay with me, because this is a pretty decent one. I apologize if I mispronounce this VTuber's name, because I can never remember whether it's Minori or Miori. And I think it's, yeah, Miori. 0% joke this time. Use it on my dumpster laptop. Even got my Thunderbolt drivers working instantly. That's interesting. And did Proctor talk about the total horror death on Twitch? And I'll talk about that on Wednesday. For tonight, it's just TVA and review. But I think that on Wednesday, a good idea would be to go over the Shondo interview, as well as the Twitch TOS changes. And I think that I will also be covering the demise of Kawaii. Sounds like my Oreo? What? Near Repo Linux is easy once you get over having to download EXEs. I mean, I remember when EXEs were standard for everything, so yeah, that shouldn't be an issue. Let me just transfer this over, and I will get us going in 1 second. Again, I apologize for there to be for things being a little bit slow. There we go. I do... How to install things on Linux. Su apt get program, then say yes. Oh yeah, I remember, because I use... Of course I have to use Linux for the TVA server as well, so I know at least a very basic amount of Linux. Okay, although... I forget, is it Alpine or Ubuntu or whatever that the server runs on? I think it might be Alpine. I forget. It's just like, oh my goodness, there's so many different distros. Oh, the hell. Ugh. But yes, let's start things off with the, unfortunately, not particularly wonderful stuff. This is Miori Celesti, who... Is it Celestia or Celeste or Celesti? Again, I really hate it when VTuber names have an E on the end, which is really kind of dumb. But this is from San Kaisei, and this is one of her tweets. Those who don't know anything about Miori... She's kind of a bit of a personal lolcow for me, although I've never watched her. I do actually have a document on my computer that is literally just a bunch of posts that people have made about Miori over the months, because the woman is just a tiny bit unstable. She has a very marked tendency to kind of have woman moments all over the place. And here she is right now saying that she is getting therapy, which, yes, most VTubers need therapy in this day and age, but a lot of people were confused about this and wondered... and then, of course, Pierce Brosnan is right there with the traditional traditional reply. But no, it turned out this was a little bit less pleasant than all of that. Because over here, as Yuthiro pointed out, apparently the most recent Menhera attack was brought on by the suicide of one of her close friends. She was doing fine until she visited the memorial. Now she seems to have a serious case of survivor's guilt, which I think is really unfortunate for her, poor woman. I am very fortunate in that none of the people that I have loved in my life have killed themselves, but I do know people who have had their friends do such things to themselves, and it is a very sad thing to do. I do sincerely hope that she recovers from this. I do find that Miori is kind of funny to point and laugh at every so often simply because of her silliness, but everybody's saying that her name is pronounced Celestia, okay, but at the same time, I think this is most definitely something that I can understand her having a bit of a woman moment. Hello, Piava. First stream for you. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Miori Celestia, I always read her name in Spanish and it makes perfect sense. Can see how it would be a pain in the ass to read in English. Is she Spanish? I'm not entirely certain, because again, I don't actually watch her, but she has a woman moment every 2 weeks at this point. Yes, her and I think, is it Gunpie or Gumpai? Seem to be two very, very mentally unstable women in VTubing at the moment. She is Korean. Oh, well, yeah, she's definitely going to have a pretty serious case of the Menhera juice frothing around in her veins in that case. And Yuthiro pointed this out as well. 4.0 will still be pushing through, but she'll be going on a break afterwards to process her feelings about her friend's suicide. She says that this is the worst she's felt in a long time. Textbook survivor's guilt. She was busy in August right when her friend took her life. At least she's getting counseling. If I'm not mistaken, this friend of hers had her voice on stream once. They were quite close since they were elementary school friends. A gunpie sounds American, that's quite possible. Somebody has probably made a gunpie before. Gunpie seems fun. Blocking the PC girls is an interesting move. I did not know she did that. She's, WTW, she's Asian like every other big VTuber, yes. Crimson Hair, my friend had cancer and told us, if I die, don't say that I lost my battle against cancer, at least say that it was a draw. I like that. Your friend is very based. Yes, as somebody whose parent does in fact have cancer, they have a similar view of the whole thing. Reminds me of a funny story of a guy who had piles once, and piles, for those who don't know, are enlarged veins in the buttocks, which become very sensitive and tend to bleed and have other rather unpleasant effects. And, yeah, he was in the army, and a surgeon once came to him and said, you know, there's an operation to have your piles out, so they won't be a bother any longer. And the guy looked at him and said, what do you mean? I don't want them to escape. I want them to come down with me straight to hell where they'll burn with me. Oh, the irony. I just realized that to lighten things up just a little bit, scroll down just a bit, and we have Flipsy. I do the serendipity. Is it serendipity? The serendipity of this whole thing. Here we have Yuthiro with this very serious post about suicide, and then down here we have Soy Boy going with a Flipsy post. It's hard to enjoy watching Doki streams anymore while seeing people in chat that unironically wanted me to commit suicide. As Agility pointed out, the self-serving nature of this. Is he still baiting from being banned from Doki's Discord? Move on. They kicked me out because I was posting NSFW smut. I'm gonna anhero myself for reals. Pretty sure those are called hemorrhoids. The British call them piles anyway. But yeah, I do not like Flipsy in any capacity. I mean, I wouldn't want him to kill himself, but yeah, he's not exactly high on my list of people that I enjoy seeing anywhere on my own system. In terms of slightly better news, we do have, of course, the fact that Iron Mouse has now reached over 306,620. Let me try that again. 306,621 Twitch subscriptions. This makes her the number one all-time most subbed Twitch streamer ever, which beats Kai Cenat's previous record of 306,000. 50% of all earnings will be donated to the IDF, aka the Israeli Defense Force. Now, I'm very sorry, but the truth is that Iron Mouse has always been a great supporter of Israel. So, anybody that enjoys that wants to shout "Free Palestine" in my chat, I'm afraid you're not going to be able to do it. And this is a tremendous blow for Palestine, on par with at least 30 or 40 IDF rocket barrages. Oy vey, indeed. Kai Cenat. Imagine making $1 million a month as an anime girl on the internet. She reached it mostly through gifteds. Iron Mouse giving out that Iron Dome. Yes, I do have a bit of a problem with Iron Mouse, unfortunately, because Iron Mouse is very much, I would say, a Twitch normie. She kind of panders to the Twitch normie crowd, and my impression of her just kind of took a hit back when I was at VExpo, and she was entertaining that guy Domo. I think his full name is like Domo Arigato is his handle on Twitter or whatever. And my god, is that guy a total personality vacuum. Like, I sat through the Iron Mouse panel with him and her. Oh, it was like pulling teeth. It was torturously painful. Like, the guy, either they had very carefully scripted the entire thing, which I don't think they did, or Domo has all the spontaneity of a massively, massively large rock. Arclight, Mouse being friendly with the cockroach is a bit of a turn-off. What cockroach do you mean? I'm afraid that could apply to too many people that I know, you'll have to be honest. Domo Arigata, thanks. He stopped being even remotely relevant over 2 years ago. Yeah, and Iron Mouse was like, oh, you should join my VTuber Academy thing, where she's going to teach Flesh Thoughts how to become VTubers. And I just... No, Mouse, we don't want those kind of people in VTubing because they bring their nonsense to VTubing. And VTubing has more than enough nonsense going on in it itself. Eroto, hello? You're somebody new? Why, what's with the re? What's with the re? Why are you reing, Eroto-chan? Also, that's a very strange name. It makes me think that that's eroticism. Where is things? Porian, is that the same Domo who was a clipper and hired a girl to voice his avatar, or was that someone with a similar handle? I don't know. That panel with Iron Mouse was the very first time in my entire life I acknowledged the existence of Domo. Okay, I didn't even know who he was going in. Zule, we need to chase out Ivanito before he got embedded. Ivanito is currently making a fool of himself on Twitter again, talking about the new Twitch revised TOS, where he's going, I don't know why VTubers have such a problem with it. The Twitch is just applying the same standards they have always had for Flesh Thoughts onto VTubers as well. I don't understand why anybody is complaining. And we're just like, God damn it, Ivanito, will you please shut up and go away? Please, this is the thing that I will hold against... that I will hold against good god, her name has gone completely out of my head. Little black woman. Yeah, that's just a bit of an awkward thing. My brain is just rapidly falling out of my head. Because she was in a position to push him off a... She was in a position to push him off a balcony soon. Also, I'm not new, I just came in with my alt. I have no idea who you are regularly, so I have no idea whose alt you are of. Dim the lamp, why are Mouse and Henya in V Shit Show, the Ho Company? They don't fit there. I mean, wasn't Iron Mouse one of the founders of V Ho Show? Big Z, we're not mad about the rules, we're mad about the rules being applied unevenly. I mean, exactly, yeah, that Twitch has been just terrible. Severe fox suit deficiency, please, ampersand. I am so tired, guys. I'm so tired. I have not heard her voice in literal days. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. Do you have any idea what it feels like to not hear your Kamiyoshi's voice for like 5 days in a row? Do you have any idea what it's like? It just hurts so much, guys. It just hurts so much. She was so regular. She was so regular, and then suddenly she's just gone. She's just gone, and she's not there any longer. WTW, I don't remember the name of the clipper, but it was the one that used the Hibiki euphonium. Henya joined because of Kason, and Vihosho was willing to create a new model for her out of their pocket, so that was probably very tempting. They just posted a funny Kirsha soundboard video. What do you mean? It's not the same. It's not the same. If I'm not in her chat, if I'm not able to listen to her live and listen to all of her little foibles and all her little silliness. Maniacal Foreigner, 5 days, you shut your mouth, my Oshi can be gone for weeks at a time. Well, get a better Oshi then. Zuli is here, not able to hear Sayu's voice for months on end. Guys, you're not being very good at picking your targets of parasociality. I pick... In fairness, Proctor, for all you know, she's lurking in your bushes right now. I wish she was. I wish she was. You have any idea how much I would like to just hear Kirsha's voice drifting in through the window right now? That would be a really lovely thing. Domo got popular because he has a meme clip of donating $100 to Fubuki and he got friend-zoned. Oh, that is kind of entertaining. Wishing. Oh, I wish very, very hard and very, very loudly. At least your Oshi isn't Gura. Her tummy horse is legendary now. Honestly, anyone who Oshi'd Gura kind of deserves whatever the hell came to them. Also, Furious George, I don't know if you're in my chat, but please don't tell Krampus to join my stream, because I do not want to deal with that stupid Croatian right now. Thank you very much. Let me go back to my links, and good grief, people are pinging me like mad at the moment. Oh, thank you, VSoyBoy. That's actually interesting. Let me just jump over to this. VGen, make sure I haven't got any Twitter messages. Nope, we are good. So this was in relation to that VTuber Academy thing. When did this end? September 26th, so not too long ago. Big congrats to SS Silent Grave on winning Iron Mouse's VTuber Academy. Also, congrats on the runner-up, Potastic Panda and Adriana Figueroa. If I clicked onto this person, if I scroll down, well, I see that's actually kind of cute. Does she have professional vocalist and dog lover? Yeah, I don't see any OnlyFans. I don't see any OnlyFans. Okay, it seems like this seems to be reasonable. No massive red flags right there. Ooh, a fleshoid. She's kind of a cute fleshoid. Justin T, it's a weird month. Kirsha and a few other VTubers I follow are ghosts right now, though it is university testing season, I suppose. Potastic is MXR's girlfriend. I have never seen either of these people, so if whoever Potastic is, I don't know. I have absolutely no clue who Potastic is. No OnlyFans is the bar these days. I mean, I just automatically assume that any flesh thought on Twitch has an OnlyFans somewhere. Congratulations, Salem Silent Grave. Winner VTuber model paid for by Iron Mouse and $1,000 USD. I don't really like this model, I'll confess. What's this like? Why is that 1 second long? What? What the heck? Why is that a 1 second long clip? For his... Oh, so it's a male VTuber. Oh, dear. Hotastic is also the person Evanitos did work for. These people, I have no idea who any of these people are. They all sound annoying and just stupid. I don't want to have anything to do with any of these flesh thought idiots. Links. Let us go back to our links and see what's up next. Yes, that's Miorine stuff. I think so that now we've had, like, you know what? Actually, you don't get to have nice stuff just yet. Instead, you get something absolutely wonderful. Which, Restless Rain starts off. I want a VTuber corpo for fans of architecture. I trust I don't have to explain to any of you what architecture actually is in VTubing. And so we get this. The VChunky Discord. Amazing news. VChunky is opening its doors soon, and you are free to join the VChunky community. You can join the Discord and gain access to an amazing group fostering inclusivity, equality, and diversity. Now, I just want to say, I can't think of anything more pathetic than an announcement of a Discord opening. Fat girls gravitate towards leftist nonsense like all ugly people. Not a surprise. This hurts. I absolutely do agree. Who's Petite Neat? I very vaguely know who this person is. Oh, I must join plus... Ichigo Hibiki plus size VTuber. What is this person? Guys, I feel so tired. I feel so tired. I feel so tired sometimes. I just feel so tired. Anything else? Oh, let's just discover more. Well, on the bright side, this wasn't particularly well... only 5 comments. Aren't you entertained? I am very depressed. VChunky makes me consider the validity of the problem of evil refuting the existence of God. Oh yeah, and it gets worse, by the way. It gets worse. If you thought that was terrifying, let's go here. VChunky introduction post. Hi, my lovelies. The names... I would put on a cartoon voice, but then you assholes would just clip me out of context with it, so I'm not going to do that. Hello, my lovelies. My name's Lucian, and I'm one of the fluffy dog moderators of VChunky. Let's make sure to wear our finest garments and our crowns held up high. You're gorgeous no matter what, hun. My eyes, I hate it. Can we stare at Mint Costella instead? You know, if anybody's got some cute Mint Costella fan art they could put in the Discord for me to look at after this as a palate cleanser, I'd appreciate it, okay? Oh, you can see the goddamn panty line. Oh, that's not... There we go. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. This actually reminds me of... This actually reminds me of Bagman. This actually reminds me of Bagman. This is Magnetus Rex. This is canned cancer AIDS on a stick. Oh. Oh, that's nice, actually. Dear Repo, remember when you used VTubers to pretend to be your ideal self instead of an anime reflection of what you are IRL? No, just me. These are... Small wife, please. Small wife, please. There is no way this garbage is real. This must be a joke. I'm afraid not. This is actually real. This is tragically real. Who will be the Marina of this group? It's kind of hilarious. I asked for Mint Castellofana as a palate cleanser, and yet... and right here, we've got Mint Costello right here. Zen Gunman, I'm about to start spamming Apocalypse Now quotes in the chat. Yes, by comparison... Yes, by comparison, Mint Love, yes, Mint Love. Very much Mint Love. I got that dog in me. Oh, yes. The only... Well, I won't say only acceptable chubby woman, but wood posting engage. Yes, it's not often that I allow wood posting in my chat, but I think that it's fair enough that we have a palate cleanser after this. And somehow you just know that somebody somewhere would still call this CP. And speaking of, I need to look into that guy who got, like, the Sharties are going after at some point. I forget what his name is because I don't bloody care very much, but there's that guy who is being gone after, who's being called a pedophile because he likes lollies again. Chibi Reviews, thank you, yeah, Chibi Reviews. I have no idea if the name Chibi Reviews means anything to anybody here. Does he have a thread on Kiwi Farms? I forget. Zen Gunman, there's she could stand to lose some weight, and then there's Fetch the Mobility Scooter. I don't really like fat women. However, when the proportions are appropriately spaced out, I can be convinced, okay? I can be convinced. And, these kind of proportions are most definitely, a convincing argument, very much so. Chibi is really cringe, but he's not dox-worthy as far as I know. Yeah, unfortunately, when you catch the eye of the Sharties, you just kind of get really, really, well, shat on, much like the name implies. Dude's a bit cringe, but fairly innocent. He does have this ability to piss off Schizo, Boruto, and Dragon Ball fans. I have never watched either show, so I have no idea what he does to piss them off. Dim the Lank, thick like Kirsha is good. I mean, Kirsha's model isn't particularly thick. I mean, her new model is. Her new model definitely, it has the thighs. Yes, it definitely. Which I approve of, but Kirsha's model has never been particularly thick. I think it should be more. Justin T, she's not hard on the eyes. I'll take her over the lolicon types. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind short women, but thick women, yes. I can say a lot of things about Mint, but I don't want to thirst too much. Speaking of thirsting... There is, let me just check if my sound is working. Here we go, desktop audio. Where does this start?
And sometimes you just need to have a good time.
How did she do this?
This is what I wear to the office. What about it? What, you think it's unsuitable?
How did she do this?
I think we need to teach more men to keep their wandering eyes to themselves.
The voice... The voice is kind of terrifyingly good. Irene friend, did you see Denpa Fish apparently has a BF now, Moth in Shambles? He still has Juniper. Simple rigged body on booth head from Tenma model. He actually managed to... Whoever... I'm not sure if Clara did this herself. If she did, my goodness, that girl is talented. Clara's been using different bodies constantly. I've heard that Tenma was ill, which in turn spawned much of PC to pull this on her. Don't know details, though. Clara powers are beyond our understanding. The net gives it away. I mean, there's a slight issue there, but overall... God damn. God damn. And Tenma had reactions to this. This is some Frankenfrat type shit. I said go back. Yes, Tenma was just a little bit triggered by all this. I love Clara. I think Clara is a very interesting individual. Speaking of interesting individuals, Lumi Reformed, he says, I didn't pee the whole plane ride, to which Clara immediately responds, but that part is fun. You get the rush of thinking, this thing could start going down at any minute while I'm peeing, and then they'll find my body at the crash zone, and it will be so embarrassing, so I gotta go quick. That or some good turbulence could mess you up, I guess. Clara is a rigger. Yes, she is. It was Rudy that she blew up on. Yeah, Justin T. I'd not object to her walling me up, though usually my luck at it involves blades aimed in my direction. I have no idea what you literally just said. It has a bit of the freeing bunny figure uncanny look, possibly. Azihara-chan, I do not wish to know your pissing habits, Azihara. Thank you very much. Zen Gunman, every time Rooney would swear it would be censored by a chihuahua. Tenma did not appreciate that. Waking me up, holy hell, sorrow autocorrect mold that. I understand. I do understand that. This is dangerous. This is very, very dangerous. This is extremely dangerous. I will say, I am a massive fan of this kind of... I'm not sure if there's a specific name for this style of clothing, but I'm a massive fan of like these rings and the leather. That's really, really something that activates my almonds. But most definitely, it's not necessarily gear because it can be on other outfits as well. But yes, people were definitely activated by this. As Dog Strings on Twitter says, a few can paniki change tonight. Not me, of course.
Yeah, cowboy!
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Didn't Pippa once say... I love the, Justin T, I love the latex/leather look. We are straying hard into dom gear, though. It's dominatrix attire, Proctor. Do you have any idea how nice it is to see a submissive woman in dominatrix gear? It's just such a lovely contrast. Moving quickly on. So, didn't Pippa once say that she was originally slated to have the Tenma model? Maybe Thrang is probably screaming at me right now about that, but I'm pretty certain Pippa said somewhere that she tried out for the Tenma model before she settled on the Pippa model, or maybe it was Fishman that decided to... It was Leah? What? Pippa was originally slated to have Leah's model? No, Pippa was going to be Purple Girl. Pippa was given the Leah model. That's an interesting timeline. Did that mean that Leah was going to have the... Does that mean Leah was going to have the Pippa model? Clara is not a sub. All women are submissive to men. Any woman who tells you otherwise is lying to you. Pippa even more white? Yeah. Purple Girl was not rigged, I believe. Okay, I mean, I forget my early Phase Connect lore because it was so goddamn long ago. Guys, has it seriously been 3 years or more since Phase Connect started? Valet, the old big honkers Ashelia model. Oh, that's weird to imagine. Didn't Sakuna always want Leah to be the sex one? Leah is not exactly the most sensual person that I can think of. Magdalenus Rex, I'm imagining a rabbit yelling the gorillas went extinct and that she wants Freddy Yowie. That would be rather interesting. Has Face Connect Talents ever gone... Have Face Connect Talents ever done, like, model swaps before? I'm pretty sure they have once or twice, but I don't remember if we've ever had, like, Leah in Pippa's model. I would love to see Tenma in something like Uruka's model. That would be an interesting contrast. Saint White, Sakuna keeps trying to make a marine-like nature... Like, nature keeps trying to evolve crabs. Oh, I see what you mean. Leah is as sexual as a wet, dirty mop in the laundry room. Leah's shock color streams are absolutely hilarious. Didn't she already do that? Leah has that Kali quality, to be honest. That's possible. There was the time everyone used Uruka's model. I quite like Uruka as well. She's a little bit too low energy for me, but I still think it's pretty good. Now, the interesting thing, of course, is that... Wait, no, that's not the link that I need. That this was a pretty good move for Clara, because, as Restless Rain pointed out... Why is that a copy? Clara Kaminari, typically a 3-view outside of karaoke streams. Clara as Tenmama, 1.6 thousand CCV. The audience has spoken. We all want Tenmama, and... Yes, indeed, and the audience did speak, because... What I find, Justin T, what I find funny is Dizzy does the in-your-face bondage gear. At least what I've seen, she's the most vanilla of the lot. I find it... I will never not be triggered by the fact on Dizzy's Dakimakura, like, the lewd side has the shibari removed. And I'm just like, why? That's not how it works. You had a chance. You had a chance. You literally had the chance. Why on earth would you have the lewder side of the Dakimakura being the shibari goes away? No. You add more. That was such a good chance. Why? I don't get it. Sometimes you just see the best marketing opportunities and they're just completely pissed away. Like Fishman Hate. She should have gone full hog with it. Dizzy's lewd side should have had pasties and shibari. I mean, possibly. Biohazard X are real. I'm glad that people agree with me. I'm glad that people understand what an injustice. Like, you take a great concept and then you just completely miss the point of it. It's like... It's like, you know how you sometimes get really good artists try and draw things like military equipment or guns, and you can immediately tell they have no understanding of military technology whatsoever, and they draw like the worst guns or like the weird tanks. That's with that Dakimakura art. It's like the artist just didn't understand the appeal and decided, you know what, I'm just gonna make... I know that it should be lewd on this side, so I'm just gonna take off the clothes, but I'm not gonna stop and think about what would actually make it properly lewd. Near Repo, that means that Fishman considers shibari ropes as clothes. I mean, I think I've said this before, but shibari on itself, unless it is physically restraining, I don't even consider it necessarily erotic. Like, you could have somebody, like, wearing a shirt with, the network over the torso, and I would be like, I would look at that, and I would not consider that erotic in any capacity whatsoever. It's only, to me, the eroticism only comes in when it's actually used in a restraining capacity. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. It's like trip pants. I have no idea what trip pants are. Let me look those up. Not on stream. Well. Oh, it's these things. It's these things. Yeah. I mean, those just look heavy, honestly. Those look really heavy. Oh, that one's a little bit lewd. I don't think I'll... I don't think that I will look... I don't think I'll show that on screen. Yeah, that's just kind of weird, honestly. I don't like it when it's unnecessary. It's a bit like there's this ancient picture of Batman as drawn by a Japanese person, and it's like the design, just the artist started and it just never stopped. Monaco Florida, we get it, you're a control freak, that's what gets you off. Azihara, we all know what Proctor has on S tier in his tags list. Justin T, I mean, compare Shibari to how collars have more or less taken over most VTubers as a whole. I really dislike it when I see purely aesthetic collars on VTubers. I'm like, no, give it at least some form of functionality. Make it look like you could actually give it a jerk and it wouldn't either come off or just slip straight over the head. Like, what's even the point? I don't like any of this stuff. It should actually have a level of functionality, right? Let me go back to my list things. My goodness, I'm getting spammed on Discord again. Why is it every single time I start streaming, somebody, like, the 3 or 4 group chats that I'm part of immediately start having massive long conversations? Oh, I wish I could share some of the stuff that I'm giggling about right now. Collars are just a way to cover up bad neck seams on tier models. I think you mean their models. That was Tetsuya Nomura, the Final Fantasy guy. Yeah, I remember that being a big thing. What, in like 2008, 2009, a bit later? Justin T, I'm always a fan of colors, but what I cannot grasp is the obsession so many VTubers seem to have with unbalanced models. Grinds my tism a touch. What do you mean by unbalanced models? Shipmate F, if I speak, I'm in big trouble. Why exactly would it be that you would be in big trouble if you spoke, Shipmate F? I'm not sure what do you mean by that. There's more stuff about Face Connect that I will go through, but I think after the treat that you have all just had in being allowed to stare at this... Oh, by the way, in case anybody's wondering, this is like honk. I don't like to put these things up on screen without attributing them, so this is... How on earth do you even pronounce that? Honk at NK or Hatnk? Oh yeah, he's an artist, and yeah, that's a really nice Tenma. I do also approve that he drew the tail that fluffy. That's really nice. Like, I approve of this drawing. Next up, now that you've all enjoyed that, I thought that going over this would be... Skipping vowels is a common thing. Hank. Justin T, i.e. shirts with one sleeve or one part or one pant leg, bunch of accessories on one stud, not the other. Amanus Rafi's model is a good example. Yeah, I prefer symmetry overall. Yeah, Calcium Animal said here... Well, there was a discussion a little bit about fursuits, just a little bit about fursuits for some reason on the glorious TVA. And Calcium Animal comes in and says... Reminder, these fursuits can run you over $3,000, and that's just the basic covered in overly colourful fur ones. If you want extra stuff to make it look not shit, add another $2,000, another $200 for ability to breathe in the damn thing for any period longer than 5 minutes. And Johnny Jambalaya quite reasonably asked the question, why exactly do you know so much about fursuits? To which Calcium Animal replied, I used to have friends who were into that. I used to be a con goer and a TCG player. I, quote, know, unquote, things. I even got a close-up look at the inside once. There was also that TV series, I Can't Find Comic Confessional, I think it was called. They did a furry episode, which was mostly shit I already knew, and sadly didn't cover any of the absolute garbage fires. And Hot Dogs Aplenty says, you had sex in a suit, didn't you? Oh, well, we'll cover that in a minute as well. There's a couple more posts here about it. Where on earth is it? Did he... Oh yeah, this is another kind of cute thing, is that HIF 201 managed to reach 100,100 good boy points. Shipmate F, I know people who make the fursuits, so it's around that price. I think after the pandemic it became even more expensive. Can you name a single thing that didn't become more expensive? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to whack my microphone just then. Calcium Anil also expands and said, yes, people have sex in a fursuit and then spend $1,000 to get it cleaned, or worse, don't clean it at all. And Svarog responds very appropriately to Pencil Freak's first commentary. Whores became cheaper? Azara-chan, I bet those fursuits smell like rancid coom and piss. COVID tests. Human lives became even cheaper from the spicy flu. That's true. Without people going out of their houses, delivery became much cheaper. In my opinion, increased demand is what increased the price. I mean, I could get my friend on and we could argue, well, not argue because I generally agree with all of his takes. We could discuss economics for hours. That'd be a fun stream to do just one weekend. What has this world gotten to? This poor guy, this poor guy. How long has he been part of the forum? January 2024, so he's coming up to a year of being on the forum. Only 582 messages, so you know that he is a somewhat normal person in a year. AC units stayed the same price. Okay. And then I love comments, of course. Imagine the most degenerate scenario you can, multiply the horror by 10, then add some fursuits. I promise you that furries have done it. They are kings of degenerate paraphilias. And no one that signs is a normal person. Do you mean like sign language? Excuse me? People are asking what this has to do with VTubers. There is a reason. There is a reason, and that reason is right here. Shiloh says, I gotta meet the muscle mommy herself. Totally didn't forget how to word, but goddamn, I'd quit the fandom just so she could reconvert me. Chat. We should have gate-kept harder. We should gatekeep in real life. Azahara-chan, how many bangs has she had while wearing that? I mean, considering that it's furries, probably more than 0. I bet you it's a guy or at best trans in there, though. No, Buff Pup is definitely female. Buff Pup is most certainly female, but Buff Pup is one of the very old guard individuals who has been around since VTubing pretty much began, and she was one of the original VR chat thoughts as well, who got really active during the COVID years when everybody was stuck cooming in VR chat with love scents, vibrators, and after parties and all that kind of nonsense. And I've ranted several times about how, good grief, does she seriously have 503? I'm very impressed. Buff Pup is female, but tries to go for a bit of the androgynous look. Furry that came over from VR chat are, yes, good lord. Monarchical foreigner, women can be disgusting degenerates too. Let's not be sexist here. Yeah, women tend to be... It's really funny because biologically, women have a higher disgust threshold than men. As in, if you're exposed to something unpleasant, that's why a lot of women like can't stand bugs that men have no problem with. They have a lower disgust threshold. However, when it comes to sexuality, they have a lower disgust threshold. I mean, I actually reverse those terms. They have a lower disgust threshold in general, but I think they have a higher disgust threshold when it comes to things that turn them on, because there's an awful lot of things in sex that I have a very low disgust threshold for, whereas most of those things are things that women seem to be like, oh yeah, oh yes, please. And I just am like, that's a little bit strange. just a little bit unpleasant to me. As Hara-chan, women are more disgusting, but they are not as open about it. Maniacal Foreigner, far more women than you think are into stuff like Shotokan. I think that the women that are into Shotokan are basically just the kind of women who have probably had bad relationships and just want something that's helpless. Again, I'm not excusing having a Shotokan fetish. However, at the same time, from a pathology standpoint, I would say that the average woman who is into Shotokan is more a product of the sexual environment that we now live in than anything else. Because today, men are more divided than ever. The average man is either a soy boy or abusive, and that's the problem. You either have very weak men who have no strength, or you have overly macho men who have too much and who are overbearing and sometimes abusive towards women. And I think the Shotokan fetish comes from the idea that a woman wants full control in a relationship. She wants to have full authority, she wants to be unquestioned, and she wants to be powerful. That's my take on it. Maybe I'm completely wrong about that, but that's the impression that I get. Hiroto-chan, I would like to see her IRL form, though knowing she's a furry is still disgusting. Dim the lamp, if you ever went into a female restroom, you would know they are disgusting. Oh yes, I'm well aware of the female restroom issues. Azihara-chan, an artist trying to discuss the autistic tendencies happenings of an online forum dedicated to VTubers. An autist. Oh, sorry. You were talking to him. My apologies. Bananas. I wish this wasn't the first thing I see when I came back to click on the stream. For some reason, my CCV has actually gone up since I've had this picture on stream. So, I don't know. Maybe I should keep it on stream for a while. Crimson Hair. I was with a furry one time and she was freaky. Not bad, though. You know those metal slots in the walls in female bathrooms? Do you know what those are for? Aren't those like tampon holders where they either like hold... I forget if some bathrooms have like tampon dispensers or if those holders are just for used tampons. But I do know that a lot of like tampons and period pads. I know that a lot of restrooms do have facilities for women like that. Although given that I have been a good boy and I have never gone into a female bathroom in my life, I have only second-hand knowledge and information. 7012, sure are wax bad goes down inside for disposing of spent menstrual products. Oh, you kind of messed up that sentence just a little bit. Also, hello 7012. I don't think I've seen you in my stream before. Nice to see you. But I will now remove this because I understand there may be some people who dislike the idea of this thing. Hey there, first time chatting. Nice to see you, as I said. Kenzie Robbins. We should have gatekept harder. CCV goes up at the furry pick. Well, I mean, not that hard. Azahara-chan, she has one with her colored hair, blonde/brown. The other one is a very short haircut, army style. Oh, you're talking about her face reveal. Okay. Justin T, I have stories insofar as the Canadian furry scene goes. TLDR, a family member is an artist in the genre. Checked it out. They weren't bad until TDS and woke consumed them. I used to have an artist friend who I knew drew NSFW, and he was a pretty decent SFW artist. However, I never saw any of his NSFW art. He was very quiet and very cagey about them, and from what I know, he probably drew furry porn art, and he was a nice guy. But I have a feeling he's probably a lot worse nowadays, somehow. Casey Robbins, cleaned bathrooms for a while. Yeah, it's a bag for feminine products, but ladies will stuff anything in there and it gets nasty. Yes, indeed. But let's move on to talking about women. People pay high money for furry. I mean, if AI art manages to eliminate furry porn artists, I consider that a net benefit. But moving swiftly on from before furry stuff starts to dominate this stream, here we have Seth saying, "From now on, please refer to me as he/they, as my worldviews changed for the better after learning that I am a fan of a woke company. Also, please stop making jokes about McDonald's. Think about the kids in Palestine." Hololive is apparently woke. Euro Truck Sim is also woke. Yeah, this whole thing with the woke/unwoke list that has been going around for a while, this really feels either like a psyop, or it feels like a bunch of Puritans who have absolutely no idea what on earth life is actually like. Yeah, Metelius Barzillo. I'm seeing a lot of first-time chatters here. Nice to see you all. The purity spiral is just completely destroying the gatekeeping community at the moment, because they are constantly doing this. They refuse to acknowledge anything besides the most incredibly tame of tame things. Restless Reign satire. I don't think this list is satire. If it's satire, it's so close to being true that it just now resembles the thing that it's supposed to be satirical. But yes, apparently Hololive Productions is woke because it contains heavy LGBTQ+ and pro-woman messaging. Many streamers make comments about loving other women, and not many comments about men. They are gay. There's a lot of psyops around Affeater. What is Affeater? You'll have to explain. Magdalenus Rex, the Yuri baiting could be called degenerate or unchristian or whatever, but it's not woke. It's not promoting LB values, let alone LGBT+. I don't particularly like the Yuri baiting in VTubing, but at the same time, I've always had the attitude that women will be far more comfortable making Yuri bait about themselves than men will making, well, what's the opposite of Yuri? Like yaoi bait about themselves? Because women fundamentally don't have the same power dynamic as men when it comes to sexual interactions, so I don't know, it's just like women seem to be much more willing to touch each other and do various things that would be considered sexual if a man did it to them, but women are just like, nah, it doesn't really matter. So what you are saying is we should gatekeep the gatekeeping community. Murray, Yuri baiting isn't promoting lesbian values. I guess you could argue that Yuri tropes are quite different from real-world lesbianism, but still. Maniacal Florida, why are you gay? Why are you gay? I love that clip. What was I going to say? I've kind of completely lost my mind now. What else are we going to... Yeah, we already did the HIF internet points. Here's something slightly more unpleasant. Also, I just realized that I should do this before I continue. There we go. Because, unfortunately, someone is going to be leaving us. Someone is going to be leaving us. This was on the 25th of September. This was Lilybell. And Lilybell is fairly... It's a real shame because Lilybell has been around for a very long time in VTubing. However, she's never really gotten all that much attention. She's got 18.9 thousand subscribers on YouTube. I think she does do Twitch content, and I don't know if she's got more subs over on Twitch. Shipmate F, that's basically it. It would help a lot if men could just hug and be together without any homo implications. It's harsh even for the audience shipping two dudes because they hugged. Her wet streams were a bit wild. And she's pretty famous for quite a few things, particularly things like this.
Oh, fuck.
Whoops.
See? Oh, fuck. No, buddy. Get back up. I'm trying my best. I am both Asian and women. Oh, my God. Can I jump? Oh, my God.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, she is the origin of the I am both Asian and woman comment, which is one of my favorite sayings in VTubing, honestly. Hiroto-chan, I like that the guy who made Rosemi take down her... I like that the guy... Oh, I see what you mean. Lily Bell, I'm gonna miss her. Yeah, I've seen that quote on the front page. It's a really cute quote. How long are these ones? Oh, that's 9 minutes long. Yeah, those are too long for me to play right now. But yeah, it's kind of sad that she's graduating. Slowly but surely, every single one of your Oshis will graduate. It's just a matter of finding them in real life and marrying them so you can keep them forever. Ah, you didn't hear that from me, though. Where is my Discord? There we go. Oh yeah, I need to save that for my Wednesday stream. Yes, many 07s in the chat, many 07s. Where are we? There's my linkily links. On a slightly lighter note, we do have my favorite named streamer of all time, Rhubarb and Custard. Is that Rhubarb made this, which, well, I find somewhat offensive. This was a map that she made recently, Rhubarb and Custard. Do you guys like my map? Americlap, woke dollars, Mexia, peso, Rio come to Brazil, and then we have Europe over here, and Asia, Africa, Twitter, and then we have, I'm not sure even what that says, okay meatball rhubarbia. That's about all that I can make out. I prefer this map to the one who joined the forum earlier. Hot dogs, I'm not reading that. Colin474, can't wait for the meltdown when Kirsha marries someone who isn't you. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. K-Sans, hello K-Sans, I don't think I've seen you before. Proctor, please come to Brazil. I do not intend to come to Brazil. I'm kind of interested in Argentina a tiny bit because I've heard some... Is Argentina dying? Has that guy, Javier, has he destroyed Argentina yet? Or is Argentina now the glorious paradise of all libertarians? I'm very curious. Maniacal Foreigner, have you gotten the lobotomy yet to have a chance with Kirsha? Excuse me, my massive brain has a chance to. Argentina is doing better. That's good. I mean, I just want to be clear that I always thought the anger over Javier Milei was massively overblown. He's doing good for our economy. I'm glad. Argentinia's socialist nonsense was insane. Surprised the Swamp hasn't Epstein to that guy yet. Dude is saving the economy and saving everyone's perception of them. Zen Gunman, well, we're not running Weimar levels of inflation. I wonder if Kirsha will ever give you a chance. Yes, she will, and you are not allowed to disabuse me of that notion, thank you. Viva la... Don't read it is a bad word. Okay. And Kirsha can only dream about her himbo. She does not leave the house. We can say that, however... Where on earth is it? Oh, yes. We can tell that Kirsha does, in fact, leave her house because of this. That, how do you explain this? She's not appeared for a week, and, she was leaving, but, however... The dog pissed on my suitcase and my only 2 bras. Now I'm curious, if there are any women in my chat at the moment, how many bras do you have Is that a polite thing to ask? Is it a polite thing to ask a woman how many bras that she owns? I mean, 2 bras, don't you need to clean bras fairly often? Kirsha took a vacation, she went to visit... Azahara, if you say that again, I'm timing you out for 2 hours, just FYI. She's house hunting, come on. Camille Guzman, 1 per day. Dim the lamp, my ex had 3. I don't know, I would like at least several bras. It seems to be reasonable. Most women only have a few bras. Sex pest type question. Excuse me, Cecilia. Would you like to explain to me how on earth it is a sex pest question to speculate on how many bras a woman has? Because, like, in my mind, if a woman... women constantly talk about things like how big breasts are a problem because they get sweaty and everything. I don't think that... I don't think the average woman would want to wear a sweaty bra for multiple days on end. Zen Gunman bras tend to be expensive. It's not like me when I buy 6 pairs of boxer briefs for $10 and call it a day. I suppose Justin T. How many bras a woman has depends on her build, her employ, and her activities. Fact-chested isn't going to need what Kirsha's mom would need. Azihara-chan, Cecilia, how many panties do you have? How many of them are see-through kind? Excuse me, crotchless is superior to see-through every day. Crotchless with tassels, thank you. You got to highlight, alright? That makes it the most enticing. And Proc, that is absolutely not a question you should ask a woman about. Suzu, my ex had 4 in rotation with the exception of sports bras. Murray, how many bras do you have, ladies? And what color are they? Oh, that sounds really pretty. Can you send me a picture? I don't know. Maybe I'm just different. Maybe I'm just built different from normal people, but... Maybe I'm just built different, okay? Crotchless can be see-through if you think about it. I mean, technically, I suppose. Indian behavior. Azihara-chan, I just want to be one of the girlies, and I just want to own a pair of bras. Just asking. I mean, I think we have reached the stage of society where you probably wouldn't be given a cross-eyed look if, in the average liberal country, if you, as a man, went in and bought a bra in a woman's shop. They probably wouldn't dare. Constructed on different parameters. Quite possibly. Justin T. Lads, you get a woman knowing her bra size will help you, but it can be a potential minefield to ask. Kenzie Robbins, if you want your girl to have a bunch of bras, you'd best buy them. They're expensive, I think. So in other words, what my takeaway from this is that the average woman would appreciate it if I bought her a bra that was in her size. I mean, not down in the Bay Area. Azihara is a lumberjack. Maybe I should ask after this stream. Just go to a random female VTubers. Just go to one of the VTubers that I know and ask, hey, how would you feel if I bought you a bra? In fact, let me just see. I wonder if Empraise is right. Good grief, I was just jump scared. I was just jump scared by thighs. Let me just ask. She's offline at the moment, so I'm not sure she'll be able to see this. So I'm curious. How would you feel if your boyfriend bought you... This is a very important question. When I'll go foreigner, go ask BBC if you don't get a chancla thrown at your head. Kinsey Robbins, Proctor's Twitter grows every... Korean, that sounds so incredibly slimy to say. Azihara-chan, this totally won't come off as a creepy question at all. Do not send that. You're really doing it, Bao. One of the more autistic tangents. Hot dogs are plenty. Just check their own lists. Look. I need to. If I don't ask these questions, I will never know, and therefore it will always be at the back of my head. I will always be wondering if I can't believe we're getting an early preview of the Google Doc. Should have that one in the drafts. Soy Boy says in Discord, I find it quite cute how Proctor calls Azahara-chan, even though the channel obviously stands for channel. I just say Chan because the thing is, when I was a child, when I was very young, I played a bunch of weirdly translated JRPG kind of things on an emulator for Game Boy and on my PC. And Manako Foreigner here obviously has more than 2 bras. But it says here my only 2 bras. Only 2 bras. Not, not the 2 bras that are in this suitcase, okay? But yeah, I played a bunch of emulated JRPGs on a Game Boy emulator on my PC, and they always, when they added in honorifics, they kept the honorifics from the Japanese text, but they would do things like foreshorten it, because you had to foreshorten lots of words when you translate Japanese to English because of information density. So a lot of the times, like Chan was abbreviated as CH. And that's why I instinctively just say Chan when I see, like, so-and-so Chan. Porian, hello, Asiatic woman half my age. How are them milkers hanging? Please let me buy you a bra, which I absolutely will not spanner all over before I send it to you. TLDR, I'm a weeb. Yes, indeed. Only 2 without ketchup stains. Justin T. Odds are Kirsha has a pair of bras set aside specifically for traveling, i.e. no wire in the framing so as to not set off metal detectors if flying, for example. You know what? That's actually a reasonable... This is me. I'm learning, okay? This is something that I find is very important, because these kind of questions occupy my mind, but I don't really have somebody to talk to about them. Like, I don't have a girlfriend that I can ask these kind of things to, and so I just kind of air my thoughts out and allow people that are more experienced than me to answer them for me. Sorry, I just dropped something. I'm fiddling with a syringe. It's a plastic syringe. It's a plastic syringe that I use for extracting sauce from my bottles. VTubers do basically use it as both channel and chan. The Japanese love their wordplay. Yeah, that's exactly my point. That's exactly my point. Let me just reply to this. What's this? What's this that, Oh. How interesting. How interesting. What a perfectly organic segue. Thank you very much, Moth. I do appreciate it. Hot dogs are plenty. Well, Proctor appears smart enough to ask his mom, at least. I mean, my mother is a farmer's daughter. She has probably the most blunt and mechanical attitude towards anything to do with sexuality that you're likely to get. Okay, you're not a cattle farmer's daughter. You didn't spend substantial amounts of your youth with your hands up a cow's ass without developing a fairly mechanical conception of physical intimacy, okay? Do not continue this tangent. Now about female-presenting nipples, let's discuss male-presenting cocks. Female-presenting ripples, classic Tumblr. Time to put Shear's nipples over mine. Why have I muted this account? What's this account that I muted? Oh, oh no! So that's why I muted him. I remembered. And there's Buff Pup right on time. Madlinus Rex, IDGAF about sex. If I had a partner, we would play Halo 2 co-op with me. That's the night that I want. Yeah, you're never gonna get a girlfriend with that kind of attitude. Is Flipsy really a guy? Yes, of course he's a guy. Are you stupid? Give me a moment. I think that this definitely needs to... I'm definitely going to put this on stream. Give me just 1 second, guys. I just need to do an esoteric thing since it is in Discord as opposed to a handy-dandy link. A handy-dandy link-oo! There we go. What on earth? Why is it like that? Did it seriously open? No, we're okay. We're good. I'm sorry. I have no idea why it decided to do that. Let me just scroll in. Zoom. Yes, Visoy Boy is here. Proctor X Azahara-chan, FTW. Proctor X Thrang is old news now. And then Reinigan is like, are you just going to sit there and let Azahara cuck you? And Shocked Yet Stupid is here pointing out why is Thrang a harem protagonist. Because yes, Thrang has so far, he's managed to attract the legendary Krampus from the Pippa fandom as well. So Thrang is... A lot of people just don't appreciate the qualities that Thrang has, okay? Thrang is a very, very good doggo. A very, very good doggo. Like, people don't appreciate just what a good doggo Thrang is. And that's a quality that gets him noticed, okay? He wonders why people are into him, but I don't know. He just doesn't understand. He just doesn't understand what a caring, what a loving, what a loyal, what a personable, what a sincere, what a dedicated, what a thorough, what a principled kind of individual he is. And that's the kind of thing that, you look for in a relationship. Like, that man is really wasted on arguing with ridicule. That man could be a real asset to the right person. And I'm just so glad that we have shared so much in the time that we've had. Visoy Boy is saying in Discord now, while fighting Azahara-chan for Proctor's heart, Thrang slowly gets closer to Azahara-chan himself and finds himself developing feelings for him. It's a love triangle. And Rusty Shackleford says, love polygon. There's also Ridicule and Krampus as of today. Just making Polycule for Joshi's dream right there. I've got to ask. So, Thrang, given... I think that Shocked Yet Stupid's idea has merit. I just wanted to let you know that if you would ever like to be part of a VTuber Polycule, then it could be a highly profitable endeavor purely in the marketing perspective, of course. There, I'm not one to ignore nor good ideas, honestly. It's maniacal foreigner. It's beautiful to listen to a husband talk about his beloved's favorite qualities. I love how my CCV increased by a full 10 during that entire tangent. It's genuinely working. It genuinely works, guys. Oh yeah, dumb fish person was apparently writing a fanfic. TVA chord, where men go to find love in a male-only space. The whole Thrang fandom joined. Zuli, so then Proctor, if you get in a polycule, you know you're going to have to share Kirsche as well. I mean, you can, there's negotiation. Hello Thrang, nice to see you, lovely to see you. I don't know why you're upset. I'm just presenting reasonable business prospects, okay? You know that I'm a marketing kind of guy, all right? And also, I was praising you. I was making sure that people understand what a good doggo you really are. I do not want your praise. Look, this is the problem with Thrang. Thrang is an extremely humble person. That's another quality that I can really commend with Thrang. Thrang just doesn't understand his own qualities. He needs other people to understand them, okay? He needs a lot of encouragement. Thrang, the worst quality of Thrang is that he has a real inferiority complex. He's such a hard worker, he's such a good guy, and he does so much around the place, but he has this, you know, this complex which is just like, oh, it's nothing that nobody else would do. It's okay, guys. I do it simply because I like you. It's okay. And like, you really need to just hold him close and tell him what a good dog he actually is. Because otherwise, you can just see that he's just kind of moping around the place, and he doesn't want to admit that he needs it, but, you know, he has his emotional needs as well. This story will be elaborated on in the Chattermate after show. This is the first time I've turned into a stream in like 2 months, and this is what I get. Look, Thrang, absence makes the heart grow fonder, okay? So when you do show back up, I feel that it's just a duty and an obligation on my part to remind you of all the reasons why you are loved, and you are worthy of love, and you are worthy of appreciation, and you are somebody who has many fine qualities, and I know that it's very difficult for you to relax after that, you know, with all that you do, but however, you need to remember that you deserve some affection as well sometimes. It can't all be about other people, Thrang. How much to donate on Buy Me a Coffee for early access to the after show? Monaco Foreigner, I didn't know you were into that kind of thing. I didn't know you were into that kind of thing. But yes, oh yes, I completely forgot. There is a second part. There is a second part to this, which I found quite amusing. Because just a day later, Kiva, aka Nanobites, help me, I'm dead naming Nanobites. She says, W, I got another bra. I now have 3 bras to rotate between. And Hiv201 says, is there any correlation between these two facts? Nobody knows. Nobody knows at the moment. Let me have a sip of water. Let me just consult something for a moment. You were clearly missed around these parts, dog. Yes. Now then, there's some phase. Oh yes, this is a fun thing. All done that. Sorry, I haven't kept the best track of things at the moment. Yes, the Niji sisters have been quite noisy at the moment, and I think this is quite amusing. Because for some reason, the Niji sisters have their hands full trying to throw poop at Purple Keemstar for looking too similar to a Niji JP Liver. Even Penumbral gets caught in their crosshairs. And as Penumbral here says, insulting someone's model because you don't like their content is stupid. You're not even insulting them, you're just insulting the artist that probably worked hard to give their best to a client. The average age of this thread is probably like 14, so it checks out. The number of people asking why I'm defending false ID, I'm not, he can very much speak for himself. The entire point is that no matter what you think of someone's content, attacking the model is just being rude to the artist. If you don't like the content, just insult that, no? And then we have even the original artist called them out. I want to clarify that making derogatory comments about the art itself is extremely disrespectful. I simply provided the model to the client. Whatever actions they may take are completely unrelated to me and are not my responsibility. Apparently this worked as the tweet was deleted. And yeah, this is from the 25th of September, which is kind of bizarre. This is from Ash Must. I'll just blow this up so that people can actually read this text. This black person false is from the dollar store Lamau. And yeah, there is certain similarities here, which... The dumb thing is that false had the model first. Azihara-chan, Kiba was the one that pissed on the two Kirsha bras to claim them as her own. Now, that wouldn't surprise me at all. After last week with the whole, the art of Kirsha with the chest and Kiba without the chest. Perhaps this is Kiba's way of getting revenge. Go away. Go away. Because this was followed through with a bit of a thread, so we can go to the next part as well. Because the cope just kept flowing for quite some time here. But wait, there's more. Here comes the apology. Putting my personal feelings aside, I'm firm in my belief that if the art has heart put into it, it literally cannot be bad. I've said this before, so I don't like people assuming that of me when I'm supportive of artists and as a subpar one myself. Anyway, my intentions were not to insult the artist. Genuinely, I know what a certain crowd is going to say, so this isn't for them. I do apologize for them getting caught up in that. The fact that people are more upset with me than him is damning. If this is what gets me out of the community, then be glad, I guess, because holy shit, man. Now what I won't have is someone coming at my throat and defending, yes you are, a man who, 1, has made the same jokes and his fans have too, 2, has insulted other VTubers themselves before, 3, if I listed out all the awful shit he did, we'd be here for hours. Not even 1 hour later, this idiot has a potential new target. Ah yes, and here is the almighty lolly, as always. These people are not really very clever, and we can tell that they're not particularly very clever because, well... Security said, as I recall, False has had this model well before this Niji, so it's the other way around. And he recalled correctly. False ID actually commented on this all the way back in July 13, 2022. So the new Niji boys just dropped and, yeah, I don't like False ID in any way. However, he has every right to complain because this is a very blatant ripoff of his design, and I have no idea why Niji Sanji went and did this. It's very, very strange. That's Rev. Oh, sorry. That's Rev Says Desu. I keep getting them mixed up like it's the Almighty Lolly and Rev Says Desu. Shh, you are using things like logic. They don't do that here. I do agree. They're terrible with all the lack of logic. Now, where is the next link? Ooh, the next link. Yeah, this was also followed up with a very, very entertaining post that Reinigan posted. Anonymous. I went to the library this morning. I passed by a guy watching the ladies from Hololive on his laptop. I had keychains of my Niji En Oshis on my bag that was loud and dangling. I quickly hid my bag, hugging it. Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely got nervous. I'm sorry. And then on here says, the Niji Cuck versus Holo Chad image practically writes itself with this one. Chief Commissar Nenilove, thoughts on how the Niji ghettos will look based on this input. And of course, Nenilove did indeed respond to this request. The Niji is a fearful creature. His only strength lies in bureaucracy and the upholding of populist values in the current ruling system. He is used to parading around his superiority with words, not violence, was the prime method of solving conflicts in this industry. But now that the chains of the old rotting world have been broken, now these beasts have been stripped bare of their portly facades to reveal their true filthy selves. He rightly fears the might of the Hollow, for unlike Iniji, Hollows love their company, and that love gives them strength of will for their brethren and their cause. The Niji has no cause, only wanton impulses for dominance, and for betraying those who have given him even a crumb of trust. Let it be known that the Niji must not be trusted. Let it be known that if your child plays with a Niji in the streets, they shall be indoctrinated to their wicked ways. Let it be known that if you are caught sheltering Nijis in your home, the Hollow State Police shall know. There is nothing that happens in this industry that Cover State does not know. For a better, more democratic future, the Niji must be extirpated from all layers of VTuber society. For the good of all VTuber kind, they must be outed. Now that we are the lords of this industry, the Niji knows his place below everyone else in the social classes, and if push came to shove, below our boots as our mercy runs dry one last time. Hey, I've seen this one before, it's a classic. Yeah, I don't know the origin of this exactly, but I can kind of guess what it was originally. I can guess where it was originally written, shall we say. Hello, Sovereign. Nice to see you. That's a nice name. Itsuno Anna, it's hilarious how Niji Sisters still thinking Hollow fans, CGDCT fans cares about their Fujo-based company, lol. Niji Sanji had so much. It had so much. It was so much. I miss Faye's friend Adolf. Oh yes, I remember. I've got a bunch of... This is a great opportunity to transition into just a little bit of Pippa content. Why does it autoplay? 1 second. So Juniper said, my dumb ass asked, is Anne Frank dead to an entire table, and I meant Lisa Frank. As Lacey Bug said, my Oshi is an Anne Frank truther. Meanwhile, we have, of course, Pippa.
Hiding from the Nazis in Amsterdam.
Allegedly, Anne Frank. No, that was a joke.
Frank.
That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke.
Cirrus, Cumi.
Honestly, come back and paste it. No, it was a joke. It was a joke. Oh God, remember thing from dollars. I think you put too fine of a ballpoint on the diary. Fuck off. Dynamic Doodle thing 550. You shouldn't be allowed to handle this. Say $90 a six-sided star. Stop! It was joke. Okay. Brain teasers. Brain teasers, chat. Come on, let's do brain teasers. Let's move away from the Nazis.
Brain teasers, everyone who wrote a...
I really don't understand why Rumble things. Well, that's that Imgur. What? It's not supposed to loop, and yet it still loops. That's really irritating. But apart from that, Small Tank. I wonder how much Archive Bro seethes at this type of clips. It's one of those ones where it just slips out that get me. Here's the thing. I really hate it when VTubers mask their power level in this capacity. You should just let it hang out. Just be honest with yourself. Paste and go. Yeah, speaking of individuals of a certain nature A real Sigma male posted, I love Alex Jones' attempt at being a VTuber with the Chinese fentanyl dragon arc. I will say that Alex Jones and VTubing is not the crossover event that I expected to see. The Kingism, one of my favorites was when Fuana let it slip out that she knew about Terry Davis.
Hello, stupid Americans. Fentanyl, Chinese Communist Dragon here. I'm sorry. Didn't know you were watching, dumb Americans. Do you enjoy the fentanyl we shipping to kill you? Well, now we give you Wuhan virus. But your own media tell you not to say it because we own them and we are their bosses. That stands for stupid Americans. You collapse while China stay open, make more billionaires and whole world combined. We control your government. We are collapsing your nation. Nothing can stand against us. And your people take our shots and die. Die, Americans. Die. CCP will rule you. Aroha.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the freaking VTubers gay. Maybe we should roll the Leah clip. The Leah clip here about VTuber companies. Now we should make Kirsha interview Alex Jones. I would love that. I would absolutely love to see that. This is great, not gonna lie. Yeah, I like how his avatar is actually pretty decently rigged. I wonder if he paid somebody for this or if this is just an asset. Although the hat is just, isn't that a Mexican? Isn't that a sombrero or something? Like, why is he wearing a sombrero? I don't get it. Is this a deep lore kind of thing? Is this some Alex Jones deep lore that I don't know? It's probably from Face Rig. I have no idea what Face Rig is. That's the joke. Keep watching. Hit play. He's talking the board. Okay.
Hi, amigos. It's me, Fentanyl, the dragon. I am named after the product that my bosses, CCP, bring into your country. I can tell you about.
I remember Puff the Magic Dragon as well. Like, Puff the Magic Dragon was some kind of a reference to crack or something too.
Watching my broadcast, that is how you refer to the Americans as stupid, uneducated. LeBron James knows best. And now, some evil Americans have said that he is bad. Now your media working for us. Say your economy is crashing and your president do bad job. But they praise our leader, Xi Jinping.
I wonder if Krampus saw this. That's my curiosity, and just Krampus and Archive Bro seeing this and just exploding spontaneously is how I imagine things. So Americans are stupid and uneducated, so where's the lie? I really need to... What I would love to do one day is to do an analysis of the deliberate dumbing down of American education, which is a book title by, I think her name is Charlotte Isabel, or Charlotte Isabel. I don't know those names or how to pronounce them because I'm an idiot. And that's a really, really good book that I was kind of just a bit worried about. It's... Unfortunately, it would probably kill my CCV again because it's pretty deep and fairly philosophical. But yeah, reading that book scared the hell out of me for a long time. It was what confirmed in my mind that if I ever have children, well, I intend to have children, but when I have children, they are not going anywhere near the mainstream education system. They are going to be either home educated or they are going to be tutored by people that I trust. They are not going anywhere near a classroom. Rave Master J, it is a shame that there was that girl who graduated unable to read and write. Don't ask. Don't ask. It's just so depressing. It really is genuinely incredibly... Charlotte Thompson Iserbert. I have no idea how to pronounce that last name. Rip. I didn't know she was dead. I didn't know she was dead, actually. The mad matter, no child left behind really screwed over a public learning system. Instead of more classes, they dumbed down all classes. This could be a 5-hour stream easily, and you wouldn't even scratch the surface of all the nonsense. But yes, just in summary, she was 92, give her a break. Okay. If 92, that's fine. That's her 70 years and 10, most definitely. Magdalena's Rex, if I have children, they will be reading classics, Beowulf, Cormac McCarthy, Shakespeare, Lovecraft, Dragon, Poe, Chaucer, etc. Any child of mine will be given a copy of The Vision of the Anointed by Thomas Sowell, and they will be asked to read it cover to cover. That's the nice thing about Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell's books are written very well. You can teach children with those books very easily. He has a very nice, organic style of writing that isn't too complicated, and he's repetitive in a good way. He's repetitive in a good way because he ties things back together very well each time, which I think a child would find quite easy to follow along to. Ow, my throat. My throat is starting to get a bit rough, by the way, so I'm probably going to go for another about 30 minutes, because my throat is most definitely starting to get sore by now. But we do have a fair number more tabs to go through. Which one will it be next? Yes, we had the funny stuff. This I found was rather entertaining in a fairly dark sort of way, because Negzana said, "Hear me out. Hollow ID is branded as the first wave of Hollow C. 3 members for this wave, because there was some speculation recently of a Hollow ID wave 4. And Negzana said it will have a Zoomer from Mindanao, an Indonesian GFE from Indonesian New Guinea, and a Malay from Sabah for good measure. But as I just want to Zoom pointed out, Papua, especially New Guinea, is barely Indonesian. It's like if the originals made their own country in Australia. They barely count as Australian and have minimal involvement in or around Australian culture, same as the Papuans in Indonesia. To add to that, Papua and the New Guinea region is actively trying to succeed, and have guerrilla warfare with both the local police and the army. It's like you're expecting a GFE streamer from gang-infested Detroit, or BLM riot central Minnesota. The rebels have actively terrorized anyone not on their side as well, so unless your GFE streamer is psyoping you to be heckin' valid rebels, she's gonna be shot or speared. This is not mentioning that tribal rivalry and warfare is still ongoing there, and if her tribe pisses off another tribe, she's liable to get involved in literal spear-chucking skirmishes. Monaco Foreigner, that would be pretty funny, in fairness. I agree. I am all for live-streamed VTuber tribal warfare. Can you imagine, actually, 2 rival tribes in some Asian country, and instead of having a war, instead they settle their differences via VTubing. What they do is they have the prettiest women in the village become VTubers, and those VTubers then compete for subs. And which VTuber gets the most subs, that tribe is the one that wins the dispute. I think that would be a way of diplomacy that has a great deal of potential. As Small Tank says, I mean, we already have tribes with Cover and Niji. Exactly. The foundation is still there. The opportunity is right there. Ira, Karasu, Channel. Howdy, Proctor, how's it going? Nice to see you here again. Wait, why is my live chat being stupid? Well, that's very irritating. No, load faster, load faster, load faster. Why is it so slow? Well, my live chat is just totally desynced, which is really irritating. Sabotaging the rival tribe's VTuber by buying all of her memberships with ARS. That would honestly be hilarious. Monaco for an elegant weapon for a more civilized age. I do agree. I'm amazed. Maybe there already is. I don't even know. Maybe there is a... Has the Japanese army got a VTuber? Actually, let me just look that up. Does the Japanese army have a VTuber? Irodori Maoi is a military virtual YouTuber that is rare in Japan. She What the She belongs to Reticule.inc. I just don't. How do you process that? Okay. Well, that's a new bent in the story. The simulation is falling apart. I think we may have just I need to do this. I need to go to tea, but no, we've got to. Wait, did I misspell his name? Alerter Cognito has it detected. It's real tequila now. Oh, sorry. I'm too used to real tequila. There we go. Sorry about that. I just have to ask the complicated questions, guys. You have to confront in situations like this. But yes, that is very worrying to me. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I really don't. But let's move on. Let's move on to actually more Phase Connect stuff, because my goodness, there's a lot of Phase Connect stuff here. Because Jelly. I think there are some people that really like Jelly in what's her name again? Can you show her? I'll just paste it in chat if somebody wants to look her up. Sorry, Reddit. I hate Reddit so damn much. I'll just paste it in the live chat here. Oh, there we go. It's Jerry. Yes, Jerry is I think that Jelly is one of those VTubers who hides her power level an awful lot. She seems like a very based person, and I really appreciate that. So let's hear what she has to say.
Is Jelly Filipina? Kill yourself. Is Jelly Filipina? Kill yourself.
If Leah wasn't first and Jelly didn't have the worst hour as usual, she'd be Mayoshi. I do agree. Jelly is very, very based. I mean, she has the slurs thing going on for her as well. And somebody did a somebody did a stone toss edit. Behold our newest clip. She's not homophobic, but I am. And Sagana goes, are you sure this will help promote Phase Connect? And so, Phase Connect? Madlinus Rex, she is a great singer, great humor, funny, intelligent, autistic, absolutely perfect. She is very, very good. I did like her Terraria live streams. Unfortunately, she is another one of those VTubers that I just don't really interact with corpo VTubers very much nowadays because I'm too used. For one thing, I'm too scared of the corporations just kind of exploding and there being massive controversy again around them. And for another, corporate VTubers, they're a lot harder to interact with because they're under contracts and NDAs and all that nonsense. There's a lot less free-flowing energy than there is to indie VTubers, and you're definitely all going to take that exactly the wrong way from what I intended, so I'm not going to continue on that particular line of thought. But Jelly did indeed decide to push further, and I find this extremely funny too. Hey chat, I got this game for free because someone gave it to me. I don't know what it's about, haha, so let's play it tomorrow. Streaming Dustborn tonight. And this is where the jelly slurs come in. Her Dustborn stream was amazing. Doesn't Yora have a notable quotes thing at the top? You should add her rant at the end of the stream because it was great. She said she wanted to oppress the devs. Proctor and vague posting challenge impossible. Look, it's not vague posting. Literally, that's what you expect. Can you see? Look at how many corporations, sorry. Look at how many corporations have exploded over time. It's not vague posting to say you expect a corporation to explode at this point. That's just how they are in general these days. Nowadays, you should expect a corporation to collapse rather than succeed. Like, success is the exception, not the norm. Even more so now. Look up 5320 in the video. It's magnificent. I have not actually looked up the video, so I think I will go over to YouTube and I will see about looking at it. Where is it? Jenny Hoshimumi Dustborn. Jelly plays Dustborn Lamau. Sorry, just a moment. What timestamp did you say that it was again? 5320. 53. Right. And then share it over to this account, and we should be able to go. And now it suddenly won't load for some reason. Oh, okay. Because that's just...
Good evening to you. Strong mans? Well, I know a strong woman who'd appreciate this. I'm gonna put a shotgun barrel down my throat and pull the trigger, and my guts are going to spew out from the back of my neck. Yeah, sure, let's get the strong woman's jerky, dude. Do not leave food to rot in the fridge. Okay.
You know, the funniest thing is that I'm pretty sure that Pippa wasn't... Did she say something on Twitter or somewhere else about how she wasn't going to stream Dustborn because she didn't want to cause controversy or something? And then... How many other people have played Dustborn in FaZe Connect? Like 3 or 4 at this point by now? Didn't Panko stream it as well? I forget. But yeah, FaZe Connect has unironically been doing a lot of Dustborn streams. And it's just... The Virgin Yabbit versus the Chad Jelly. Pippa is kind of a magnet. I mean, yeah, she is. Yeah, Sheena, Panko, and Jelly. Yeah, the based people in FaZe Connect. I really like all of them. Jelly called herself legally retarded on stream in her final rant. It was glorious. I do like Jelly tremendously. Azihara-chan, more people have played Dustborn to clown on how bad it is than the people who have actually played it because they support the cause. Shank Saotome Sheena, I could be playing Space Marine, chat. I could be playing Space Marine. I need to play Space Marine 2 some point. Because I like Space Marine 2 a lot. Yeah, she did not react too well to Dustborn in general, and at the end of it... Please, I would like to see my Romanian wife throwing slurs like what she did in her Class of 09 stream. As Jelly says, I hate the modern gaming industry, and Tenma here saying, I've been avoiding so much because I am morbidly curious how it is, but if even Jelly dislikes it... A Tenma Dustborn stream would be very interesting. I remember her Class of 09 stream. I think that she actually had kind of a weird reaction to it, as I recall. I think that she basically kept trying to save Nicole, and she really, really was very upset about how Nicole was written in that game. Like, she kept trying to make Nicole be better and be a nice person, and the game obviously, because the Class of '09 is written by a very, very, very insane person, she just couldn't do it, and it really got to her. And I understand that. I do understand that. I would never play Class of '09 because I don't like those kind of games at all. I like to watch people play them. I really enjoy... My former account was banned in that stream. Well, how did you manage to get yourself banned, Dim the Lamp? How did you manage that? Oh, that reminds me. Sorry, I just realized I've got a very important piece of paperwork that I've just pulled out of my pocket, so I will just pop it in my bag for tomorrow because it involves a two-factor authentication thing that I cannot do in my home. Tenma didn't realize that Nicole was terrible through and through. Tenma would mind break trying to make Dustborn characters good. It literally forces just evil actions eventually, not even the illusion of choice, but be evil or be really evil. Tenma's mods are dumb shits. You don't know the half of it. Spamming based on a certain part of the stream with like 70% of chat, okay. Yeah, Tenma is an interesting person because on the one hand, she's very spicy, but on the other, I get the sense that she actually is a pretty kind of moralistic person, because I've gotten the impression that she really hates it when people are just evil, and I can understand because I think she had to live with a bunch of neighbors who literally tried to poison and murder her dog on multiple occasions. So I can actually understand why playing something like Dustborn or Class of '09 would really, really upset her. Because once you've been exposed to that kind of blatant assholeism in real life, it's hard to just sit there and laugh along with it in a video game. There's a couple of things like that that I have in real life too. I find it very difficult to play an evil person in video games. Genuinely extremely hard. Before I started role-playing with other people IRL, I first got my role-playing fix out of actually role-playing in video games. And I just found it impossible to be an asshole in those games. Like, any evil option, no. Anything less than the golden ending, I actually cried multiple times when I accidentally took evil options in video games, and I used to genuinely feel very bad about doing so. I would leave if I did an evil action in a game and I saved before I fully, because remember I was like 11 or 12 at the time when I was playing these games. If I did something naughty and I then saved later on and I wasn't able to go back and reverse that decision, or if I realized later that I had locked myself out of the golden ending for a character, I was like, no, it's wrong of me to let this person exist in a horrible state. I have to go back and I have to save them. I have to return. I have to go back. I have to start over with my knowledge, and I have to make their fate better. I can't deal with this. Monarchical Foreigner, Proctor could not do the genocide route in Undertale confirmed. Undertale is different. You see, the thing is, I find something like Undertale, the characters would be annoying enough for me that I wouldn't care about murdering them. See, I used to play, but most of the games that I used to play were BioWare RPGs, and BioWare was very good at writing decently empathetic characters, whereas Undertale's writing I don't find empathetic at all. Like, I have no idea why anybody likes Sans or anything like that in that game, because I just hate all those characters. I really do. I'm so sorry Proctor BioWare is dead. Peak BioWare, early BioWare was a defining part of my childhood. I loved it so much. I'm kind of sad that I now know that even some of the BioWare games that I really enjoyed had quite a bit of, like, progressive nonsense in them, which kind of retroactively taints them in my eyes. Dragon Age Oregon, Oregon? Dragon Age Oregon. That would be an interesting spin-off game. Dragon Age Oregon. It helped. Dragon Age Origins helped me through through high school. I haven't actually played the original Dragon Age. I played Dragon Age 2, but that was, I had a bad computer at that time, and I wasn't able to play the original Dragon Age, and then I was able to play Dragon Age 2 at, like, 15 FPS. It was, not a particularly good experience. That sheet, yeah, it shows that I forgore Star Wars ever since Disney took over. Origins is the only good one. I thought Dragon Age 2 was okay. I just didn't like the whole everybody is bisexual angle. That's the thing that ruined BioWare for me. I hate the whole, oh, everyone is pansexual, you can be with anybody. Like, I didn't really like it when Mass Effect 3 kind of shoehorned in 2 gay romances. I think you can be gay for Caden if you're a man, or you can be gay for, like, the shuttle pilot in 3. But at the same time... Oh. Sorry, I can hear the bats in my roof. Actually, the bats in my roof just started squeaking very loudly. If there's a weird sound, then... The illusion of choice for 2, yeah. The Coffin of Andy and Lele playthrough when... I'd need to... A voice-acted playthrough of Coffin and Andy and Lele would be kind of funny. Unfortunately, I would need to get somebody to collab with me to do the female parts of that. Does this carry over to other media too? For instance, would reading Berserk or Prince of Nothing / Aspect Emperor make you get psychiatric help and psychiatric help for your psychiatrists? Play it with Kirsche. If Kirsche would do like a voice-acted playthrough of Coffin and Andy and Lele with me, that would be very, very fun. Denna could probably draw us themed avatars too. That'd be really cute. Because she drew ones for her playthrough of Coffin and Andy and Lele, which I thought was really, really good. Denna is a skilled little artist. I just wish she would do more art. And we could actually pay her for art. I just don't like Berserk, I'm afraid. I find Berserk a little bit too... Well, I just don't like all the rape in Berserk, I'll be perfectly honest. And I don't like how Berserk is very, very grimdark. I don't like grimdark, okay? I don't like grimdark at all. Pretty much the only kind of... I kind of like Noble Bright, I'll admit. I'm a bit of a sucker for Noble Bright stuff. And the funny thing is, I like 40k quite a bit, but 40k is a different kind of grimdark. 40k is grimdark, but kind of roar against the darkening of the night kind of grimdark. Whereas Berserk is... It's just a bit too... It's just a bit too kind of everybody is secretly evil, everybody is miserable, everybody is horrible, and the only good characters get repeatedly and horrifically mind-broken over and over again into realizing just how futile and dreadful everything is. And it's like, I just don't like that. I don't like that. I know the author kind of retconned it, but... Again, in 40k, you can at the very least have the idea of nobility. Magdalena's Rex, my favorite anime thing might be the short movie Angel's Egg by the guy who created Ghost in the Cell. Artist is a Mano who does Final Fantasy and Vampire Hunter D, and it's hauntingly sad and cryptic. Yeah, you see, my religion has always influenced me with the profound idea that in the end, good will always triumph over evil. And you can call that naive. But I always have had this, and I've also always had a very profound sense of justice. So, in my mind, and again, because I'm religious, I have the attitude that nobility and moral ideas are fundamental to the way the universe works. And I don't like settings where it's like, nope, there is no higher cause, there is no higher symbolism, it's all in your head, you just made it up to justify that you were afraid of the night, all this kind of stuff. I don't like that. I think that's very much... I just don't like that. I think it's too cynical and nihilistic. I hate nihilism quite profoundly. I think that nihilism and anything that spawned from the writings of Nietzsche, I just hate all of it. It's a visceral reaction from me. It's not the way that I think. It's not the way that I like things. And I was too influenced by things like, I think that Babylon 5 was another good example. I love Babylon 5. Because Babylon 5 has a lot of moments in it that are basically... It's like with Captain Sheridan's torture sequence in Babylon 5 in the 4th season, where he says that to win, all you need to do is say, no, I won't, one more time than the person who wants to force you to do things says, yes, you will. And that's always stuck with me, and it's been a core of my personality. Very much a core of my personality ever since. Did you read Letter from the Underground? I have not. Did you watch To Your Eternity? I have not. I think Proctor was only told of the eclipse. I've watched... I haven't read Berserk itself, but I've read quite a lot of lore dumps about Berserk, and like none of the stuff that I've been exposed to tells me that this would be the kind of show that I'd be interested in. So when are you going to take the Warhammer pill, Proctor? I already like Warhammer quite a bit. I'm not like a Warhammer tuber, but again, Warhammer is one of those things that I really didn't like at the start, because Warhammer, the people who were Warhammer fans in the communities that I was part of, they had the same problem as the Dragon Ball Z fans. In that absolutely everything had to be about Warhammer 40k. Like, Warhammer 40k was the science fiction equivalent of Dragon Ball Z. Whenever I tried to start a science fiction roleplay or create a science fiction setting, there would always be the Warhammer 40k bros that were like, okay, so can I be a space marine? Can I be a chaos demon? Can I be this part of definitely not Warhammer 40k with the serial numbers filed off thing? And I just didn't like them. It's the same how whenever I tried to run a fantasy game or a magic game, there would always be some annoying autist who was like, can I be Goku? Can I be Frieza? Can I shoot ki blasts at people? And the equivalent of that for the mecha roleplays would be the Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann people, who would always be like, oh, can I have spiral power, please? There's always this one group of fans that just try and ruin every single genre. And that's what I don't like about 40k. In terms of actual lore and natural organic exposure to 40k, I really like it. I really like it. I think that 40k is great as a setting. It's just that 40k has some of the most obnoxious fans in the universe. You want to watch a good vid on Berserk? Tal has... it's the Almighty Lolly. I always want to pronounce it as Tal because I'm terrible with acronyms. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that Berserk is a bad thing. I just don't. It's just not something that I'm massively into myself. Maybe I'll get around to it one day, but I mean, there's just such a massive amount of stuff that this is a massive amount of stuff that I've not gotten through yet. So, like, it's theoretically on my list, but just not very high on my list at the moment. Halo used to be fundamentally Christian story that was like Tolkien in space. It's a shame they stripped its themes for Space Power Rangers soldiers with colorful graphics and trend-chasing crap. Yeah, Halo 1 and Halo 2 are very good games. I really enjoy them. Halo 3 is decent too, but Halo 1 and Halo 2 are definitely some of my favorite shooters just for the story aspect. Anyway, guys, we are now at 2 hours and 30 minutes, and my voice is most definitely starting to collapse. I can feel I'm having to cough and clear my throat quite often. So I think I'm going to end the stream here, and I'm going to stream again on... Well, Wednesday I have my collab, actually, with... I might stream Wednesday evening, I'm not sure, but I'm definitely streaming Wednesday morning because let me just go over and look at it. The Armchair Expert. There we go. Unfortunately, there are so many people with... there's so many goddamn people. Yeah, this is the stream that I'm going to be going on with the armchair expert. Learn from Kier how she does 5 hours. Armchair might push you over that 1K. Yeah, I hope so. We're getting closer, guys. We're at 939 subscribers, so 939. So we only need 60 more subscribers. Only 60 more subs. Shill me! You need to shill me more, guys. You need to shill me more, guys. But yeah, on Wednesday at, I think, like 1 p.m. for my time. I forget exactly. But yeah, I'll be going on Armchair's channel, and I will most definitely be yapping very extensively with him for a long damn time about an awful lot of stuff. So please do show up for that. I really appreciate everybody who joins. I like Armchair, the Armchair Expert, a great deal. He's a really cool guy. In before Proctor starts calling random Twitch VTubers whores and he loses 50 subs and Armchair loses 1k. I do not intend to do that. But yes, I am going to go and rest my throat now. Thank you very much. And I'm going to say good night to you all. I really do appreciate all of you for coming to watch my stream. And yeah, Wednesday will, at the bare minimum, have the Armchair collab. I might also do something in the evening when it comes to the Twitch stuff. It depends very strongly on whether or not my throat still works. So thank you very much, guys. I will see you later. Please have a nice time. Good night.